Oh, hold on. Nick's gonna be mad if that's in the frame. There we go. Yo.
So, the same way we cooked up some props today, I also cooked up a Solomon Caesar salad.
Salmon.
And to be honest with you, it is fire.
It's bussin'.
And here's the thing. I already see Philly Pods chirping me for eating on the stream. Let me tell you something.
Wow, Philly, relax.
If my brain isn't fed, I cannot properly talk about these props. So take it or leave it. He's making fun of the way. Okay, something that I forget not everybody knows about me is I intentionally say words wrong. Like I say them how they're spelt just to try to get under people's skin, and it looks like it's working. Philly Pod, you weren't here yesterday.
Philly Pod's tight. He was here.
Oh, we didn't have the show yesterday. But what I was just going to say, we have this little chat segment now where we can chat and hang out with you. I'd rather you not roast me on the chat, but if that's what your heart desires, then just full send it at this point.
Yeah, if you guys want to roast, I'll roast back. I've got no problem.
Never trusting RJ again.
Yeah, RJ Barrett. That was such a tough beat because he's just one of these guys where it's a 50-50 every single game. He'll either pop or he'll be really, really bad. And I guess I just made the read wrong, so that's on me. But I don't think I'm out on RJ Barrett just yet. I'm really excited for playoff basketball because I want to bet on playoff props when I can actually read the matchup and go, okay, this is going to be like whatever. Like these guys are playing their hearts out. You know what I mean?
It's a whole different ball game in the playoffs. It is.
Whole different prop game in the playoffs. No one live in the chat right now. Take this time to chat with us, guys. Who else is the We Hate Collins train? I know. I'm so pissed, Almighty Dinero. That was the one prop that I actually felt so good about because they moved his line down, and I was like, I'm going to tease it up to 20. And he just absolutely blew it.
Well, let me tell you something. I lost by the hook twice last night. Russell Westbrook over 54.5 points, rebounds, and assists. He ended with 54. Ha! Kevin Durant over 7.5 rebounds. He ended with 7. Okay, you know what, Vegas?
You know what?
I have two words
Liv.
for you.
Let me tell you something, Liv.
Oh, you're about to blow. I swear to God.
I put my reputation on Josh Richardson to get over 11.5 points and hit over 1.5 3-pointers. He scored 3 points and hit 1 3-pointer. So that's how yesterday went. But I hit some other props, but I also, another prop that I placed privately was Damian Lillard over 36.5 points and assists last night, and he got 30 points and 6 assists. Last night was Captain Hook.
That's legitimately the biggest Captain Hook in the eyeball I've ever heard in my life. I'm over this crap. So this is actually breaking news because I did not know this, and I actually had MPJ over 24.5 points earlier, and I loved it. Was probably my favorite prop of the day.
Yeah, that was going to be a good one.
Who do not play defense. You know what my app says right now? Michael Porter out. You want to know the reason? Rest. Hey, MPJ, when you find your balls, let me know. Hey, Mike, guess what? I'm pretty tired right now. I'd love to take a rest, but I don't have shit to do.
Yeah, I would love to. Do you think Trent would let us take rest days? Just a quick rest day. You know, nothing crazy. I just need one full rest day.
Don't hit my line. I know you just sent me over my all the things you need from me today, but taking a little PTO on this one.
Yeah, it's rest day.
Like, for God's sakes, what's going on around here?
Wait until the play-in where everybody wins and everyone team has to go bananas. I mean, I'm going to be absolutely riding Hornets props during the playoffs because that's going to be electric. That's why I want playoff basketball.
Yeah, for sure. LaMelo, for sure.
LaMelo's a dog.
Anyway, MPJ, let me know when you find your balls. Let me know when you find your balls because at this point,
the people are getting upset. The people are saying they're upset.
Anyway.
Almost lost the mic. Before we start, oh, that felt so good. When normally shots don't feel good. That one felt good and I missed. So I'm not too bad. I'm not too mad about that. I'm optimistic.
Hold up. Give the people a look at that outfit really quick. That polo.
Fit check.
Oh, wee!
This fit check.
Wow.
This fit check. Quick fit check. Just quick fit check.
Quick flash of the brand here.
Kelly Oubre modeling this polo.
Anyway, jokes aside, we have some freaking props tonight, people. Let me tell you something.
We do.
I'm going to be honest with you. These might be two of the most electric matchups that we have talked about in primetime NBA.
Like, seriously, I feel like these are when we decided to do primetime props over just giving out normal props so that we could sweat live with everybody because they're on primetime television. These were the kind of games I was expecting, like a Heat Sixers, a Blazers Suns. Like, these are the games I was expecting, not like Bucks Lakers when the Lakers have no one playing and the Bucks just have Giannis. Like, these are the games that I was looking forward to talking about, and I'm really excited that we have them on today's slate.
So, first matchup, you've got the Heat, who have, in my opinion, found their shooting rhythm. They're shooting very well right now.
Absolutely. Duncan Robinson and Tyler Hero are starting to play again.
They're crazy. We saw the start of their season very slow. Their roster was more injured than healthy. Mm-hmm. Even coming back, there was a lot of people that were like, this is not the Heat team we know. What's going on? Mm-mm. I feel like as of the past week, they have found that shooting rhythm. Happy Thursday, Jeremy. They're shooting very, very efficiently on this Heat team right now. And it's a little scary. It's kind of making me go, whoa, is this Heat team proving us wrong and coming back and showing us what they can do? And we have to remember, going as far as they went last year in the bubble, taking it all the way up against the Lakers, that kind of gives you a little bit of a one-up in terms of knowing how to play under pressure when these playoffs start. I have a feeling the Heat are going to come out of nowhere and really start turning it up a notch. They already are. But then you've got the Sixers, who are trying to lock in that number one spot in the East, and they're playing really great basketball as well. What the are we supposed to do with that?
No, I actually love this matchup, and I love it for two reasons. One, I love revenge games, and I still think Jimmy Butler's one of these guys that holds resentment till the day he'll go under. And I think the one team he doesn't is the Bulls. I think he has a good relationship with that organization, but we saw when he played the Timberwolves, he's still chatting that chat to Karl Anthony Towns, and they haven't played together for a couple of years. And we all know about how many problems that Sixers team had when he was on there. And I love games like that where a guy comes up against his old team. And I think it's going to be a really good matchup. I think these teams match up very well against each other. I think I'm going to give the edge to the Heat in this one just because I love the way they're playing right now. If Tyler Hero keeps coming off the bench and playing like he is right now and like he was in the bubble, I think they're a really, really, really dangerous team. Kendrick Nunn also playing very, very well, but I found my edge in my props. It's not much of an edge, but it's more so I like the matchup and I love the player. So I'm taking Jimmy Butler to go over 21.5 points. He averages 21.5 against the Sixers team. I think this game is going to go down to the wire. I think the Heat are going to want to prove themselves by smacking the first seed in the East in the mouth. And I think Jimmy Butler clears this relatively easy. It's even odds right now. And I love a revenge game. I love Jimmy Butler against this Sixers team. And I think that the Heat might pull this one out as well. But I know Philly Pod's probably going to have a thing or two to say about that. So.
Well, let me tell you, I think, I was just going to say there's some comments about Embiid and Butler both being game time decisions. Here's the thing about that.
Normally that happens, I feel like. And especially with Jimmy, he ends up playing. So I'm not too worried about that. I think you should expect to see Jimmy play, even though they're saying game time decision. But if that changes, I guess I'm going to have to 180 it.
Well, I think to your point with this, Heat team staying on the same side as what the pick you just gave out, if Jimmy Butler were to not play, I'd be looking at Duncan Robinson. That guy has been shooting so freaking well. I mean, it's kind of getting irritating at this point.
And if Joel doesn't play, Bam Adebayo.
For sure. And so, yeah, I mean, this game, you kind of mentioned that you think it's going to go down to the wire. I agree. And I think it's going to be a very high-scoring game. I do. I think there's going to be a lot of scoring. It's going to go down to the wire. I think both of these teams are very, very solid in their own respective ways. I'm on the other side of your bet, just betting on the other team. I'm taking Seth Curry tonight with the points.
Yeah.
Seth Curry is one of those players where when he's hot, man, he's hot. He's got some games where, you don't know exactly what you're going to get from him in terms of scoring. But I really like him in this matchup. He actually matches up pretty well against this Heat team. I don't remember exactly what the numbers were. Whatever. But I'm taking Seth Curry tonight. I think this 76ers team, based on the way that the Heat is playing right now, based on the way that they have really kicked it into high gear, every player on the 76ers has to be on. Every single one of them. Now you're potentially talking about Embiid being out. Okay, it's time to figure it out. I'm liking Seth Curry tonight. The days I pick Seth.
Well, yo, Philly, do us a favor. Pick Danny Green then.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks. So, yeah, I think that Seth Curry to have a big game, I'm really liking that. I think he's one of those players that...
Mind, Sammy. But, yeah, continue.
Ben clamping Jimmy.
Don't even get me started. Just...
Hot take.
Just don't even get me started.
Hot take.
So, yeah, I love Seth Curry in this matchup, too. He's just one of these guys that I still think Vegas really hasn't figured out because he hasn't figured out himself. He can either show up and shoot the lights out or play like Danny Green, but I love this matchup for him against the Heat. And I think 11.5 should be pretty easy for him to clear, to be honest with you. But we'll have to see because at the end of the day, this is the thing. At the end of the day, it all comes down to the fact that we're betting on human beings, and you never know. You never, ever, ever know. So we'll see. But I love that number for him. That's it. It's the same thing with Josh Richardson. The way I explained my pick last night is guys that are really, really, really good shooters, and I consider Josh Richardson, I know this might be a hot take, to be a really good shooter when it's his night. Same thing goes for Seth Curry. Vegas puts these guys at around 11.5, 12.5, 13.5, and it rotates around that area because when they're on, they'll clear that. They'll score 20. They'll score 15. They'll score 25. And it's just about trying to find the right matchup on the right night. And I think this is going to be it for Seth too. So, but yeah, there is another game.
That being said, there is another game. And I think we're kind of seeing a similar situation here in terms of the offense going ballistic. Okay.
Almost as similar as my jump shot going.
Jesus. Okay.
Wow, that was really bad.
Whoa.
That was really bad.
Hey, Nick.
That was really bad.
Clip that.
Nick, Nick. Yeah. No, Nick, don't clip that. Let's fix that in post.
Oh no, I think we should clip it.
Liv, what do you like in your coffee? Do you happen to like cream? Oh, if that went in, dude, if that went in, chat, if that went in, I would have turned my computer off.
Okay. Don't take this the wrong way, but I low-key hate you right now. That was the corniest crap I've ever heard in my life.
That's a classic.
I'm actually drinking coffee right now, but I don't even want to anymore. You just ruined it for me. Anyway, we have keep them up.
KSJ was about to implode.
He was. We have another matchup: Trailblazers versus Suns. Let me tell you, lots of offense in this one as well. I think this game is just going to be going back and forth, and we have seen this Trailblazers team hanging with the big dogs lately. Let's get real. And we've
seen this Suns team fold.
We sure have. And the Suns, in the very beginning of this season, they were on a very, very, very hot streak in the West. I think a lot of people, for one, I said it myself. I said the Suns may come out of the West as the best team. They may, but we have seen them start to crumble a little bit in the recent weeks. And we're seeing this Trailblazers team hang with the big dogs, play really, really great offense. And even with a deficit at first half, they managed to come back in that second half, guns a-blazing, ready to shoot the lights out. So I love this matchup. I think, again, a lot of shooting, a lot of scoring. Mike and I both actually have some pretty electric props for this one. I have cashed on this player before with the same prop. My prop is Robert Covington over 1.5 made threes. Let me tell you something.
Rocco! I love Robert Covington.
Let me tell you something really quick, because his shooting percentage, not the best, right? I mean, it's not bad. It's not the best. This guy wants to be a shooter. He came out of the womb and he said, I'm a shooter. Pass me the ball. No, no, that's not the same thing.
I'm just, I'm off this way.
No, you're off all the ways. Anyway, he came out of the womb. He said, I'm a shooter. Okay. What I will say about Covington, and this is something that I saw the last time I cashed on this same exact prop is he will take the shot regardless of it. He's taken 3-point shots the whole game.
He's a shooter.
He could be 1-12 and he's like, one more time, coach. I need another.
And he made his name right in that Rockets team that was just built around that 3-point line. So he's just one of these guys, just a 3-point ace.
And let me tell you, the odds for this prop are plus 118. Okay. So juice. So I'm loving this. I think it's a great play. I've cashed on it before. And I think Covington is the guy where it's almost like he's the gap closer. Like if they start trailing and the defense is getting tight on Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum, he's going to come out of nowhere with these 3-point balls and get this team back in it. So I love this prop. I think it's going to be electric to watch, and I'll be watching the whole thing like this, but I've cashed on him before. Don't fail me now, Roko. I know you can do it, but I'm liking this prop a lot. So
no, I love this matchup for him too, especially with the 3-ball, because I honestly think this is going to be a really high scoring game. And my prop, however, I kind of want to change the prop because the narrative you spun made me love the matchup for another player. But the prop that I did give Nick is Devin Booker over 1.5 threes. Now the odds on this aren't great, and when you look at his past couple games, he doesn't hit it often, I'll say. But last game he hit 4 threes, and I see Devin Booker as a player of habit, and that when he is on in a certain area, he always goes back to the well until it doesn't work. When the mid-range is on, he'll take 17 mid-range shots that game. And when the 3-point is on, he'll shoot the 3-ball. And I think coming off a game where he hits 4, I think he's going to force the 3 this game. Hopefully that hits. But I will say, Liv, after hearing your breakdown, this is the first time I ever want to change my prop. I really actually like Damian Lillard's points over tonight.
Okay.
What goes under tonight? My kids don't go to college.
Oh,
listen, Dirta. Dirty. The kids need to go to college.
They need to go.
So
you gotta
put the house on Devin Booker over 3s. No, I'm just kidding.
You gotta.
But Liv, I'm being serious. This is the first time after hearing your breakdown that I've really wanted to totally change my prop to a totally different player. And it's Damian Lillard over points. And the reason why is this Trailblazer team loves to be the underdog. They love to hang with the best of the best when it's that night. And tonight is that night. You're coming against the Phoenix Suns. Phoenix Suns are red hot, a little bit on a skid. And I think Damian Lillard, these are the games he loves, where he can come in on primetime television, go up against Chris Paul, and give him buckets. So I think Damian Lillard's line is at 27.5. I might tease it to 30, 35 plus for another prop of mine. I really love this game for him, Liv. Primetime television against the Suns. Woo! I think Damian Lillard has a night because this is what he was bred for. These are the games that Damian Lillard was bred for. But yeah, the prop that I did give Nick is Devin Booker of 1.5 made 3s. So I like both of them. Hopefully it's a high scoring game.
I love both of those. So
tape the finger. The next shot's going to go in.
Come on. Why?
It's going to go in. It's fine.
Okay. Jesus. Anyway. Damian Lillard, I love that. I'm happy that I was able to convince you of that. Hopefully I don't let you down. But no, I think this is going to be a very high-scoring matchup. I think, like you said, Damian Lillard was bred for games like this. It's primetime TV. He's going up against a team who's been struggling lately. They do absolutely feed on being the underdogs. He loves being underestimated. They love being underestimated. And I almost feel like sometimes they start playing slow. They're like, go ahead, we'll give you a head start. They are a give them a head start type of team.
And let's run it back.
And then once they're like, okay, you've had your fun. Damian Lillard's like shooting 3s with his eyes closed from the half court going,
ripping them.
Middle fingers up, please. I mean, honest to God, the guy is an animal.
Love that.
You know what time it is. Same time. Anyway, we do have a party prop because we're just
you have a party prop as well.
We're just feeling electric today.
Which, let me preface, one of my favorite players to bet on of all time, and Liv Moods came in the chat today and said, I also really like this player. And my eyes immediately were like, that's a party prop. Because anytime that someone wants to bet on one of my players, that's a party prop.
It's for sure a party prop. Yeah.
Anytime that someone wants to bet on a player that I love, I'm always in. So Liv, just preach it to him.
I'm going to give you guys a hint. If I started singing,
it's the holiday season. Who
would guess we are putting our money on? We are amped about. Mikey over gets buggy-eyed over this man. Who would you guess?
It's a party prop. Somebody guess in the chat. If somebody guesses in the chat, I'll Venmo you 69 cents.
69 cents? Why? What's the reason? What's the reason for 69 cents?
That's my friends and I do that all the time. We'll do mini bets.
Hurry. The 69 cents is going to go quick. Hurry. 5, 4.
Oh, you're doing it.
3, 2, 1.
I mean, we dead giveaway with the song.
Everyone sucks right now. A little distracted.
Did anyone even guess?
Jrue Holiday over 25.5 points plus assists. Run it back.
Run it up. Run it up.
I mean, this is electric.
I'm so excited. I love it.
I mean, this is electric. Okay. I love where this number is, 25.5. It just feels a little low for this player who, let me tell you why I hadn't even seen the lines yet for this player. And the reason that I liked Jrue Holiday today was I'm looking at this Pacers team going, where are the point guards? Point guards. Yoo-hoo.
Hold on. Let me call Indiana.
Call them up.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Where are the point guards?
Oh, yeah. What are they saying?
No response. They said
right.
nothing.
Zero response.
This phone doesn't work.
So Jrue Holiday's only guy tonight to go up to head-to-head, face-off, whatever you want to call it. TJ, what is it? McConnell? I don't know his name.
TJ McConnell.
Okay. If you're going up against a guy named TJ McConnell and you can't hit this number, we have to talk. So anyway, this matchup is going to be pretty good in my opinion for Jrue Holiday. I would argue he could probably hit this prop with points alone going up against TJ McConnell tonight.
TJ McConnell.
With this Pacers team. I mean, the Pacers point guards are injured beyond belief right now. So immediately I'm going, all right, I'm looking at the point guard on the other side. I'm looking at them to have a big night. They're not going to be guarded very well. This rotation is off. TJ McConnell, what does he know? You know what I mean? I mean, sorry, TJ. If you're listening, I'm so sorry, but it's just the truth, okay?
TJ, if you're listening, you're not the first to be on this list, so
it's okay. Nothing personal. But yeah, that was my initial thought. And then when you and I were talking through it, you pulled up and you said, hey, it's 25.5. Come on.
I love that, yeah. I love that for Jrue.
Give it to me.
And I love that for Jrue. One, because all right, well, talking about TJ McConnell.
Yeah, Almighty Dinero.
Relax, Almighty Dinero.
Calm it down.
Here's my thing about Jrue Holiday that I love about him. I think he should be one of the candidates for Defensive Player of the Year. I think he gets swept under the rug pretty frequently for how good of a scorer he can be. And I think, like you said, this matchup screams him playing great tonight. Going up against TJ McConnell, they're going to have not a lot of depth at the point guard position. So when TJ needs that rest around the third, fourth quarter, when they bring back in Jrue Holiday and he's got to maybe go up against a second unit for a couple minutes, I think not only are you going to see his assist line go crazy, but he should be able to pour it in. And against this Pacers team, who matches up well against Giannis?
No one.
Because there's no one in the league that matches up well against Giannis.
Yeah, no,
what does Jrue have to do if he doesn't score the ball? Just feed the beast.
Feed the beast.
25.5 should be about as easy as
and when the Pacers attack. Okay. Okay, we're gonna give him a minute because I know he hasn't had something that exciting happen to him in a long time. So we're gonna give him a second. Let's recap the props. Let's recap the props really quick. The first game is the Heat versus the 76ers. Mike's prop is
Jimmy Butler over 21.5 points. Revenge game against the Sixers. Let's go get it, Heat.
Love it. And mine is Seth Curry over 11.5 points up against the Heat.
Philly Pod's loving that.
Wow. Yes. Second matchup is the Trailblazers versus the Suns. Another great matchup for Primetime TV. Shout out Primetime. Mikey over has.
I got Devin Booker over 1.5 threes, but as we discussed, I'm also going to be putting money on Damian Lillard to score possibly 30 plus, if not his over in points, because I love the matchup, like Liv said. She broke it down perfectly.
Love it. And mine is Robert Covington over 1.5 made threes. For juice.
Rocco
for juice. The last time I bet Rocco for juice, I was sipping a Capri Sun all night long.
Also, Nick, clip this. His second three is going to be a corner three on the right side. Just watch. We can clip that so when it is, we can combine them and throw it up. And then we have a party prop.
The party prop is Drew Holiday over 25.5 points plus assists. Let's go. Run it back.
And this is for you, KSJ, for your coffee, the cream. That was so close. That was actually so close. But, as always, ladies and gentlemen, we will be dropping exclusives on the Book It Sports app. If you're sitting there, you still don't know the Book It Sports app. Well, let me tell you, the Book It Sports app is a social media scrolling platform for sports bettors and sports fans alike. You can post to the feed. You can follow your friends. You can follow your favorite creators. You can follow whoever on the platform, including myself and Live Moods. Our usernames are as below. You can also track your action that you're placing at the sports bet at the sports books and keep a record on the Book It Sports platform so we know if you're real or cap. And if you're going through a cold streak or you just need a little bit of help, because who doesn't need help sometimes, you can buy expert picks from our Book It verified handicappers on the platform. We've got a plethora to choose from. That was a tough word. I shouldn't have done it. We've got a plethora of them to choose from. And guess what? It's all free on the Google Play Store and App Store. So stop sitting around and just download the app.
Just get it going. Because get
it going.
Once you're there, the app does the talking. You know, I mean, just join it. Just join it and figure it out. Hey, Mike, just give us another 3-ball just for good measure here while we.
Should I do a hook?
I think you should do whatever your little heart desires. Whatever's going to make you the happiest. All right.
All right. Watch this.
Do this.
Maybe I'll do it sitting down. Can you see the hoop when I shoot from here? No. Okay. All right. Okay. Nick's probably going to yell at me to wrap it up. All right. Here we go.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. So.